Hey y'all, you reached today's Viewer's View here, Table Talk.
Yes.
Yes, we're right here.
Yes.
And we are just talking about everything and just running it down, all of the trickery and the things that happened this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, Silk,
Yeah.
what you got to talk about first, girl?
Well, first we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we want to talk about the manipulations of the polls. Oh,
Did they manipulate it?
It was crazy.
Oh, you all, it took every ounce of me to stay sane.
Yes, it did.
Looking at this here, I had family members calling, checking
Yes,
on me.
yes.
I thought I was going to go into the bowl of stupid because I wanted to start acting crazy because I couldn't believe how they was manipulating things. The polls.
It appeared that it was a lot of trickery, a lot of fakery, and a lot of foolery going on this week.
That's exactly what it was.
They tried to trick us.
Mm-hmm. Well, according to the conservative treehouse,
yeah,
it seemed like the person that was behind the attack ads right there in Iowa was somebody called Club for Growth.
Club for Growth.
They were the one behind the attack ads in Iowa. And it seems like that what they did was they started a fake poll. Now, this is according to the conservative treehouse, and I'll say allegedly, because I'm only going on what I read. Mm-hmm. Okay, what they did was the poll that placed Trump in second place in Iowa, it was fake.
Yeah.
It was paid for by the notorious Club for Growth. I call them Slow for Growth.
Slow for Growth.
Because you got to be slow to start doing that kind of trickery. Okay, you got to be slow and think that the American people not going to see it. So something wrong with you. I'm not going to call it Club for Growth. It's Club for Slow. Club for Slow.
Club for the Slow.
Club for Slow. Okay. And what they did was they manipulated the polls to put one man on top and knock Donald Trump down to second place. But it was this group. And this group ran an ad. And this is what it says.
What do it say?
The Club for Growth, they spent millions of dollars on anti-Trump ads in Iowa, claiming Trump loves eminent domain and takes people property for his own use. The problem with that, people started believing that type of trickery. So imagine you have an ad coming on TV.
Yeah.
This man takes this, do that.
Yeah.
People start believing it. That's the media trickery.
But they leave out the main part that, what it is really about, how you get paid for this.
Or they leave out
really.
But they leave out the consumer, the viewers.
Right.
Leave out the main part. Who is behind this ad that's attacking Donald Trump, okay?
Where is it coming
Which is
from?
the Club for Growth.
And aren't they the one that went to Donald Trump and asked him for like $1 million?
That's right. They asked him for $1 million and he wouldn't have given it to him.
I wouldn't have given it to him.
And now you don't give me the $1 million, I'm going to push this ad because you didn't give me the $1 million.
Oh.
That's almost like extortion.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So
that was their way. But you know what?
What?
We don't want people believing the lies because that's a lie.
That's right.
And one thing that they did not mention, though, Donald Trump saw a news story about Annabell farm.
Okay.
She had a farm.
Yeah.
Her husband had passed away.
Okay.
They were losing the farm.
Right.
And he helped her save that farm.
Oh.
So he is not about taking people land.
Exactly.
He is about helping people save their stuff.
Exactly.
And in this instance, he helped this lady save her farm. Yeah.
So a lot of times he takes the laws and takes what's there and make it work for the benefit of us, the consumer, whatever the deal is or what have you, versus because a lot of people don't know the rules, don't know the regulations, and don't know what they can use to help their own
Absolutely.
self.
And he didn't know this lady.
Right.
He just saw her news story on TV and was compelled to act. Wait a minute. Somebody got to help her. And he stepped in. So instead of the Club for Growth reporting putting out what they putting out about him, which was false.
Right.
He don't want to take anybody land.
Exactly.
Why did they put out about how the fact that this man helped save somebody's farm? Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So he's for the people.
Yes.
But you got the Club for Growth.
Yes.
Going around spewing this kind of foolishness and putting it in the mainstream media, putting it in the minds of the consumers this man is this way when he's not. It's no truth to it.
Exactly.
It's no truth to it.
And see, we can go on for days and days and days and talk about Mr. Trump as far as how he's helped and assist a lot of people when they've been in a rut.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can go on and on.
Well, people don't people, I don't want you to get this here. I want you to really listen to this.
Yes.
He didn't just start talking about what he's talking about.
Exactly.
Donald Trump has been talking about this kind of thing for years, you all.
Yes.
If you go back to his book, and I'm reading a book now that he wrote, he's been talking this same tone for years. And when you look at the debate stage, when we were, looking at the debate stage,
yes.
The trickery that was going on, everybody that was on that debate stage, it's almost like they try to follow after what Donald Trump is talking about, but he's already talked about this.
Exactly.
He's been talking this kind of language for years.
Exactly.
And a man that's been talking this kind of language for years, that's who he is.
That's why he's not a debater. He's a negotiator.
He's a negotiator.
He can stand there on stage and just go over and over and over like everybody else. They rehearse their script. And they sit there, and I feel like I'm watching a stage play.
Now, wait a minute. But now, this past debate, what really irritated me was those moderators.
The moderators.
And I have to commend everybody and the Republican on that stage.
Exactly.
How I saw unity.
Yes.
How they did not let those moderators come between them.
That's right.
And that's what I liked.
Yes.
I really liked that about the whole team standing up there on the stage.
But one thing that everybody have to recognize is that we teach people how to treat us. And so with everybody that's in the GOP, that's going against one another, that's all trying to gain up on one person,
which is Donald Trump,
trying to attack Donald Trump, then you have the person on the outside, the people on the outside, for they can do the same thing.
Oh, so they saw the weakness within the party, so let's go head on. Let's gain some ratings.
We can attack the GOP too, because they're attacking their own party.
Absolutely.
They're being basically a reflection of what they're doing within their own party.
So really, it's time for the GOP to get behind one man.
That's right.
It's time for us to separate the boys from the men, baby. It's time for us to do that.
That's right. Put that game on pause.
Put the game on pause. Right. And let me just go back to the Club of Growth. Now, they want to talk about Mr. Donald Trump, but I started doing a little digging.
Okay.
And we'll say the Center for the Media, the Democracy, has asked Wisconsin U.S. Attorney to investigate Club for Growth for allegedly making false statements on tax filings and conspiring to defraud the U.S. Both are federal crimes. Club for Growth own internal emails and financial documents clearly show it's spending tens of millions to influence Wisconsin election, said Brandon Fischel, General Counsel of the CMD. So they are being investigated. Also, this here Club for Growth is a super PAC.
Oh.
So these people also work for Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush. Club for Growth, they endorsed Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio in August 15. Now, I don't know if they're working for Marco or Jeb, but if you endorse me, you're going to be campaigning for me.
Right. So what
you're a super PAC.
Yeah.
So you're going to raise money for these campaigns so that we can go and attack the opposition. Is that how that happens?
Well, what I'm trying to understand is if you're a super PAC and you're a super PAC for one candidate, how is it that you got two different candidates? Do you split the money? Do you split the people that who go out and stuff for this one or go out and vote?
I have no idea. Only thing I'm reading is some facts about this here group. They endorse Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio. Also, they support the trade deals. Now, as you know, Bill Clinton signed a horrible trade deal back in the 90s.
Yes.
Our current president, Obama, he just signed another trade deal that's going to send jobs out of here. So I'm like, who is these people working for?
Yeah.
Are they, I don't know if they're Republican, Democrat, but it's like they're playing both sides of the fence here.
So that means that when they put money into these nominees' campaigns, then they become the puppet masters. That's what I mean.
Well, they become the puppet masters that control the puppets, which is the candidates.
Yes.
Because now what they get to do is go spew false information, put that out there against the people that they don't like. And in their case, because Donald Trump didn't give them $1 million, let's see how we can mess you over.
Oh, my goodness. So Donald Trump could have gave them $1 million, right? And if he would have gave them $1 million, they probably would have took his $1 million and then campaigned against him.
he will be tied to them.
Oh.
See, listen. These super PACs are no good.
They're no good.
They are the ones you are controlling the election, controlling the outcome,
exactly,
making sure their man get in. But once they man get in, now they man have to give them kickback. Okay, this is what we want you to push because you know now we did this and that, and you know we done paid all of this money into your campaign. You know, yes.
So the only nominee that's running for presidency that is not getting kickback or don't have to give a dog a bone is Mr. Donald Trump.
That's right, baby. Kickback, patty whack, give a dog a bone. And when you getting kickbacks, baby, that is not for free.
That's not
Somebody
for free.
is being bought here, and the person that's being bought, you will never be able to work for the American people. You will never be able to work for the American people.
And so that's why Donald Trump is he really wants to be self-funded from the beginning to the end. He do not want to be tied to someone that will be controlling him. He wants to work for the American people, not for the super PAC.
Not for the super PAC. That's right. That's right. Now that's how I gathered it. And I know people will send me more information. I love our viewers. They will send us some stuff.
I also heard that Donald Trump's campaign council sent letters to 9 different super PACs that was trying to get a super PAC together for Donald Trump, for them to cancel that.
Right.
For them to end that.
Donald Trump don't want any kind of super PAC.
He don't want that.
He don't want to be tied into anything. He don't owe nobody anything.
And they told him to give them people that donated to you, give them their money back.
Give them their money back.
Give them their money back.
Right. And he's also telling everybody else, listen, you super PACs, how about going on here giving them people money back?
That's right.
Why are you tying yourself to these super PACs?
Right.
Because these type of people, they spew. These people right here, they spew false venom. They say bad things, and it's not true about the candidates. It's not true about the candidates. And these are the people that's controlling elections. These kind of groups, super PACs, and it doesn't benefit the American people.
Wow.
It doesn't benefit the American people.
Oh,
Yeah. So the super PAC thing, I tell you, is this is who's controlling. And when we talk about poll manipulations, the poll were manipulated. They did not talk about how the fact that Carson was only polling 2 polls where he was first place. All the other national polls, Donald Trump was in first place. Right. The media took those 2 polls and they ran with it.
Oh my God! Every 5 minutes they kept saying it over and over and over and over and over.
Right.
To put lies in the minds of the consumer.
That's right. And so everybody's like, oh my God, what's happening? It ain't nothing happened but the media trying to control it. And this is what we're tired of. The media, you don't get to control the outcome.
That's right.
These super PACs, you don't get to control the outcome anymore of an election.
That's right.
It is time for the American people to stand up and control it themselves.
I don't know why, but it's like the media, they want to trick our minds while they stab us in the back from behind. It's like the thing that they just want to do. They want us to have this illusion of this is what's happening, that's what's happening. And then, hey, here they come with some more trickery stuff to compound on top of that. And then you start thinking that stuff is really true.
And they've been doing this for years. They've been doing this kind of thing for years. Nobody has ever talked about it. And then you have somebody like Donald Trump come along and say, you know what? Hey, there's some trickery going on here. Let me point this out. So what Donald Trump has done was he got the establishment, the GOP, the Democrats, and the media afraid. Because now he has let the American people know this is how they're operating. This is what's being done, and this is what needs to stop. This is what he's doing. So yeah.